Hi everyone, Helen from Sunflower Cottage Crochet. Today I'm going to be introducing you to the rather lovely Lisa from Green Fox Farms Designs. We go back a little way, don't we, Lisa?
Yeah.
I've known you for quite a few years now, which is
Yeah.
quite amazing.
Yeah, it's gotta be like 4 or 5, I think.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah.
At least. So anyway, so today Lisa is joining us to talk about the Preemie Crochet Challenge, what it means to her, why she participates, and introduce you to her design for this year, which actually features today. So if you want the link to the Preemie Crochet Challenge, where you can get the free PDF, check out the description box. All the links you'll need there for the challenge and for Lisa as well, if you want to go and check her out, will be there. So welcome, Lisa. How are you doing,
Thank you.
sweetheart?
Great. How about you? Thanks for having me.
Anytime, darling. Yeah, I'm okay. Bit of a weird day today, but hey ho, we'll move on. I think you were just saying you were having a bit of a strange day as well.
Yes. I had an abrupt start to my morning.
Best way to wake up.
Yeah.
Anyway, so shall we just delve in with why you wanted to participate in the Preemie Crochet Challenge?
Yeah. No, I'd like to actually do more charity stuff than I've managed. So I know I did the challenge in the past and it was a lot of fun, and getting all the positive feedback was really motivating, and I haven't done a baby pattern in a while, so I was really excited to join in. And I'll actually have 2 patterns in the challenge this year, and I'm hoping to get a matching blanket to go with them. I've started the pattern, but I haven't had a chance to finish it yet or get it tested. So
Okay,
maybe for
excellent.
next year. But yeah,
Yes,
I
awesome.
did. I did have one of my babies in the NICU actually. She wasn't a preemie though.
Okay.
She was born with high blood sugar because I had undiagnosed gestational diabetes, but she was in the NICU for 5 days. So that was
Uh,
my own personal experience with that. I can't imagine, some of the lengthy stays that some of those babes have. That was rough enough for me.
mhm,
So it's
yeah.
nice to be able to do a little something.
Mhm. Those NICU nurses can be absolutely amazing, though, can't
Yeah.
they? They
Oh
mean
yeah.
so much to so many people just because they
Yeah.
come to work and they do their job.
Yeah. They're like a lifeline.
They are. They're amazing. So you've mentioned that you've joined the challenge previously. We were just
Mhm.
talking, weren't we, that you said it was 2021 the
I
last
think
time you joined?
so. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you remember what patterns you had?
Yeah, it was the Sweet Stars Bonding Squares
Yes.
with the
And
star
bonding
stitch.
squares, I think before the Preemie Crochet Challenge, not a lot of Americans were aware of bonding squares, weren't they? It
No,
seems to
no.
be a phenomenon, we'll call it, that started in Europe. Basically, for anybody who doesn't know, bonding squares usually 5 to 7 inches, more like 5 inches square. And the idea is that you make a pair of them, and then mum wears one against her skin to get a scent onto the bonding square, and that is given to baby while mum wears the other one. So they're constantly swapping these squares, and what it allows is for baby to recognize mum's scent. So when she is able to hold baby, he or she knows exactly who she is and
Yeah,
knows that they are comfort, and yeah,
yeah,
it
yeah,
helps them bond. And it also, I think, mums can feel very vulnerable and useless when
yeah,
their babies are quite so fragile and need so
yeah,
much help from the medical profession. And it just gives mum something and to keep her going, so she feels like she's doing something for baby as well, which is just amazing.
yeah.
So,
Great
but
for
anyway,
everybody.
so this year, what pattern have you got for us this year, sweetheart?
So this year I have the Labyrinth Lullaby Bonding Squares. I grabbed my my bag here. Um, they're buried in here with my work in progress blankets. So let's see if I can find one of them. Oh, here's one that doesn't have the ends woven.
Yeah, we
That's
like a good whip.
yeah. Yeah, it's done. I just didn't weave it yet. So this is one of the samples that I made, and then I made it in two different colors. So this was the lonely gray one. I made two purple ones that were actually finished for the photos, but this one needs another pair so I can donate, because I'm gonna donate my samples when I'm done. So so this is our little square. I wanted to do kind of like a little sampler with a few different stitches to have some nice texture and then a fun border. So we've got puff stitches, we've got some lemon peel in the middle, and then herringbone around the edges for the border, and then just a little bit of ridging, which is done with crochet in the third loop or in the back loop, depending on which side it is, because to get it facing the same way, we had to do both. So it's an intermediate level pattern, but there are photo tutorials for all of these. I have a video tutorial for my foundation crochet stitches, which I used in this too. I have a video for puff stitch on my YouTube too. That's actually from an older pattern, but we don't chain one at the end of these puff stitches, and we do in that tutorial that I have. So I need to make a new one. I'm going to put that on my to-do list. So right now, the only video I have associated is for the foundation half double crochet, but photo tutorials for all of these are included. So
that's actually a really cute bonding square like that. Yeah. So is it made with 3-weight or 4-weight yarn?
With 3. I have I used Cherish and Cherished from King Cole. Here, let's find one with the label still attached. So it's like so soft. This is literally my new favorite baby yarn. I really, really like it. And I can't wait to work up the blanket. I have this really pretty color that the blanket samples are going to be done in. So I have this whole bag of this lovely yarn. We have a blue, and they have really nice colors. So they have the but the labels come off if you carry them all around in a bag. So Cherish is the like variegated one. And there's like 30 something colors of this one, and then Cherished is the solid, and there's like 30 something colors of this one too. So there's lots of like really pretty they're mostly pastels, but there's some darker colors in the solids as well. So there's a lot of different colors to choose from. And
yeah, I know King Cole is readily available here in the UK because they are a UK brand. But did you get yours from Lovecrafts or anywhere?
They do have it on Lovecrafts. I'm actually a brand ambassador for King Cole this year, so they sent me the yarn
to
make it. So yes, they very generously sent yarn to make my pattern and my samples. So but yeah, there's a link in the blog post actually to find a local yarn store that carries it, and to the 2 colors on Lovecrafts too. So they don't have the full range of colors available on Lovecrafts that King Cole offers, but they do have quite a few nice colors. So
lovely. Okay, so the other great thing about bonding squares is that a lot of the designers are using the 3-weight yarn and a smaller hook. Once you've made a pair to donate, if you actually remake the pattern with a 4-weight yarn and a 5 or a 5.5 millimeter, you get a nice size washcloth as well. So the patterns are quite handy. They can be quite adaptable, can't they?
Yeah, that is a really good point. I'm going to have to definitely try that. So I actually used a 5.5 millimeter hook for this one because because of the stitches we used, they didn't get too loose. So but yeah, we just bump up to like a K or something. Try out a wash.
Okay, excellent. Okay, so would you like to tell us a little bit more about Green Fox Farms and what people can expect from you if they haven't met you or come across your patterns yet?
Sure. So I design a lot of amigurumi and home decor and storage solutions like bags and baskets. I have a lot of dice bag patterns and book related patterns because we're big gamers and readers in my house, and those have become really popular. So you'll see a lot of that kind of stuff from me. book sleeves and dice bags, and all kinds of different fun stuff. But I also have a lot of kids patterns too, because I have 5 kids, and I learned to crochet to make things for my kids, like a lot of us got going. So yeah, I have lots of amigurumis and like fun like dinosaur hats and stuff. So if you like making things for kids, we have lots of those. And I also sell like stickers and t-shirts and notions bags and project bags and stuff in my Etsy shop that I make for crocheters and knitters. So
yeah. Oh, I've actually got a couple of your sweaters, haven't I? I should have thought about it and put one on.
I'm wearing one of my shirts, but I'm always wearing one of my shirts. So this one's been popular lately. Whoop, backwards. So I don't know if this is reading. There we go.
I can read it. Interverses, but willing to discuss yarn. Excellent, because I know actually your sweaters are really good quality. I really like them, and I got a matching one, didn't I, for my daughter?
Yep.
I should send a photo of both of us.
Oh yeah,
I think it says yarn wizard on it because Georgia picked up her hook during COVID. So, but definitely if hoodies and t-shirts are the way to go, I would recommend that you go and check out Lisa's shop on Etsy. We'll put the link in the description. Yes.
Oh yeah, I should send you that.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you have a special design process that you go through when you think, oh, I need a pattern for?
Yeah, for the most part, when I think of something, I just start making it. And then if I need to make changes, I'll just pull it out. Or sometimes, like, this is a recent pattern where I started a new process where I'm making 2 at once, so that when I have to change something, I leave one alone while I'm working on it, and then I rip the other one out and redo it so that I have this one to go back to and reference, because I don't always write stuff down while I'm designing. Sometimes I just get going and, and then I think I can go back and figure it out. Most of the times I can. But that's pretty fun to work on 2 at once. I'm working on making a bag that's a little bit more complicated in the construction, at least for like from the designer aspect right now. So I've been, I did something I never do, which is make the gauge swatch first.
Okay.
And then, so I knew how many stitches to do. Like, I don't work that way at all. And like I said, I just start making stuff. But this time I'm working like a clothing designer. So I made my gauge swatch, and then I've been like playing with paper samples, trying to figure out exactly like how I want the shape to go, so that when I work it up, I can work it up one time, because I'm using a DK weight yarn and a small hook. So it would be a lot to rip back out. It would be very painful to have to rip it back out if my measurements were off. So I'm trying to figure all of that part out first, which is kind of how I did it when I designed the one and only garment that I designed. So I like little quick stuff. Well, I mean, actually some of the bags and the book sleeves and stuff are not the quickest projects, but yeah. So I just kind of wing it, especially like with the amigurumis. I mean, like, you just have to do it and like redo it and, figure it out by doing. That's how my brain works.
Yes. No, but that's the perk we have as designers, isn't it? That other people have to match what we do rather than us trying to stick to a prescribed way of doing something. Yeah. So
I don't know. Is there really a prescribed way? I kind of feel like, I don't know. Is there a standard?
But sometimes people, like when you want to make a circle, it has to be done in a certain way, and sometimes, things come up. I know Kirsten recently said in one of the designer groups that we're in that somebody pulled her on Etsy because she likes the back of a puff stitch rather than the front of the puff stitch. But again, that's, they bought it seeing the back of the puff stitch on the photos and thought it was really nice. So,
well, I would say that probably what we've got going on in this bonding square is the back of the puff stitch and not the front, actually, because that was what I liked, because it's worked in rows. So get the end out of the way. I don't know how well you can see this really light gray, but like, this is the front, but that's probably actually the proper side of the puff stitch, isn't it?
Yeah, probably.
So
But
yeah,
you know what? I do like the way that turned out. But
it
that's
gives
the
more texture that way.
Yeah, with crochet is that
Yeah.
anything goes, and you can challenge the norms as well. So
yeah, that's funny that that was one. I did see that post, but I guess I didn't pay enough attention to realize that's exactly what she was talking about, because
yeah,
yeah,
because you had the same thought. Great
yeah,
minds.
because it's puffier.
So of all your designs, because I know you've got a few, which is your favorite?
I knew you were gonna ask me that. Oh gosh.
Is it like trying to choose between your children?
Yeah.
You just can't do it.
Kind of. I mean, I really like, I don't know, there's a few for different reasons. Like I'm really fond of my book sleeves, because that was something I designed that was like purely selfishly motivated. Like I wanted book sleeves, so I made book sleeves. I had one, like a sewn book sleeve in like an Instagram giveaway, and I was like, I'd never, never seen one before. And I was like, oh, okay, well, we have to, there has to be a crochet pattern for this. And they've become really popular lately, but this was like, I don't know, probably back in 2020 or 2021 when I designed it. And it was like totally new to me. So that one was really exciting. But I don't know. I can't pick a favorite, Helen.
No. I know I've got some book sleeves as well. I went through a phase where I was putting books in my handbag instead of a whip. And I was pulling them out, and I'm quite particular. Like if people turn the pages over, I'm like, oh, how are we doing that? So when it was coming out of my bag and it was all frayed, and the edges were getting a little bit worn, I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to need to do something different. So I actually I did two to start with, actually, some book sleeves, because I have the hard-backed versions of some of them for the authors that I really, really like.
Yep.
And then the normal paperback versions of other books from other authors. And I'd spent a couple of weeks doing these things, and then Richard went, well, what about people who want Kindles, Helen? I just looked at him and I went, I've just done these ones. He's like, yeah. But you need the other one. What are you talking about? I don't use a Kindle.
Yeah.
You went, yeah, but lots of people do. So do you prefer a Kindle or do you prefer a paper book?
Well, okay. I really and truly prefer a paper book, but I do more reading on my Kindle, because I tend to read like while I'm putting my kids to sleep or like at night. So the backlit pages are like, you can't beat that. So yeah, I'm like, I have mountains of books. I have like so many books. Look at my yarn collection. Okay, that my books puts my yarn to shame. But yeah, I mean, it's just harder to read them. There's not a lot of downtime in my day-to-day life. So like, but I've made it, like the last couple of years, I've made it a priority to read every day, or try to almost every day, because I grew up reading. I read before I had kids. I read all the time, and then you get busy, and so yeah. But
and
that's the way I can do it.
Business, and
yes, and then you really have no free time.
Yeah,
because your hobby is now your business. Yeah.
Excellent. So would you very quickly just like to give us the rundown of where people can find you on social media? I know your website's there on the screen, but where else are you prominent?
Mostly I am on Facebook and Instagram. I'm on there as Green Fox Farms without the designs, because those predate my current business. I started off as a finished item maker, and that was my Green Fox Farm shop. So I'm still Green Fox Farms, but my patterns are designs. So I'm on TikTok too. I'm not as active on there, but and then I have a YouTube channel, which is Green Fox Farms Designs. But yeah, I mean, I spend more time on Instagram than anywhere else, but I'm very much on Facebook too. So we have a group and a page. So that's where you're most likely to find me.
Well, we'll pop all the links for those different things in the descriptions if anybody wants to go and check out what you have to offer. And thank you so much for being part of the Preemie Crochet Challenge again this year, Lisa. It's always a pleasure, sweetheart.
Oh, thanks so much for having me. It's been a lot of fun.
Bless you. Okie dokie. Take care.
You too. Bye.